Good afternoon. I'm Elise Adler, and I have the pleasure of saying welcome to Nashville Public Library's 17th season of Courtyard Concerts. What hasn't changed this year is the continued generosity and support from all of you and from the Nashville Public Library Foundation, who make this and so many services and programs available for our community. Now, what has changed is how we present these concerts to you, and we were committed to presenting them again this year. For the first time ever, you're going to get a sneak peek into the homes and studios of some of the most amazing musicians. Thank you for tuning in today, and I want to remind you that the Courtyard Concert Series this year is every Tuesday, September 8th through October 13th, starting at 11:45. And I don't want to forget to encourage those of you, if you do not have a library card, it is so easy. Go online and get a card. And then you can download books and music and movies. You can hold items and pick them up through our curbside service. Today, I am absolutely thrilled to welcome to Nashville and to all of you, Hubby Jenkins. Hubby is a brilliant multi-instrumentalist who endeavors to share his love and knowledge of old-time American music. He was born and raised in Brooklyn, but delved into his Southern roots, following the thread of African-American history that wove itself through blues and ragtime, fiddle and banjo, and traditional jazz. Hubby has been an integral part of the Grammy Award-winning Carolina Chocolate Drops, and since 2015, an active touring and recording member of the Rhiannon Giddens band. And around those projects, Hubby does a lot of solo performances, as he's going to do for us today. So Courtyard Concerts 2020 welcomes Hubby Jenkins.
walking balls, walking balls, walking balls. Well, I don't belong to you. I belong to the steel driving crew. Pass the ball for a job, for a job. He said, young man, what can you do? I'll haul a track, I can pull a jack, pull a jack. I can pick and shovel too. Walking balls, walking balls, walking balls. Well, I don't belong to you. Work one day, just one day, just one day. Then go lay down in my shanty too. Walking balls, walking balls, walking balls. Well, I don't belong to you. I belong to the steel driving crew. Thank you. Thank you very much. On my journey now, on my journey now, Lord, I wouldn't take nothing. On my journey now, on my journey now, on my journey now, Lord, wouldn't take nothing, oh Lord, on my journey now. I went down in the valley, didn't go to stay. My soul got happy and stayed all day. You know my hand got stuck on the gospel plow, Lord. Wouldn't take nothing, oh Lord, on my journey now. On my journey now, on my journey now, Lord. I wouldn't take nothing, on my journey now. On my journey now, on my journey now, Lord. Wouldn't take nothing, oh Lord, on my journey now. When I get too old, can't do no more, I'll keep on knocking on mercy's door. We're on the journey now, on my journey now, Lord. Wouldn't take nothing, oh Lord, on my journey now. On my journey now, on my journey now. I wouldn't take nothing on my journey right now. On my journey now, on my journey now, Lord. I wouldn't take nothing, oh Lord, on my journey now. All right, how you doing, everybody? I'm Hubby Jenkins, coming to you from Queens, New York, and I'm so glad to be a part of the 17th annual Courtyard Concert Series. We're doing it virtual. We're going to try and go on a journey together, and I hope you'll come along. I hope you enjoy it, and I think we'll have a good time right now. On my journey now, on my journey now, Lord. I wouldn't take nothing on my journey right now. On my journey now, on my journey now, Lord. Wouldn't take nothing, oh Lord, on my journey now. Well, now, judge, he pleaded, clerk, he wrote it down. Judge, he pleaded, clerk, he wrote it down. Said if you miss jail sentence, must be Joliet bound. Well, now, some got 6 months, some got 1 solid year. Some got 6 months, some got one solid year. But now me and my buddy, oh, got a lifetime here. When they had my trial, you could not be found. Had my trial, mama, you could not be found. Now I'm all messed up, and I'm Joliet bound. That old police shoved his old pistol in my side. Police shoved his old pistol in my side. Said if you run, big boy, you must be born to die. Well now, quit me, baby, do anything you wanna do. Quit me, baby, do anything you wanna do. Oh, you're gonna want me one day, mama, but no, I won't want you. Joliet bound. That's right, Joliet bound. Oh, let's try and tune this bad boy up. For my next trick, I'm going to play for you a song that comes from the playing of Gus Cannon, one of the great banjo players. If you don't know about his band, Gus Cannon and Jug Stompers, Gus Cannon's Jug Stompers, well, check it out. And I'm contractually obligated every show to say that the banjo is a black instrument. It is a slave instrument, if you will. Built by enslaved Africans based on instruments that they had back in West Africa, like the Akante, so on. The creation of American music happens on this instrument. And for the first 100 years of its existence, white people didn't touch the thing. And when they got into it, they started wearing blackface and making lots of racist jokes, but also giving this first kind of look at the musicology into what black music is, while creating American humor, American sensibilities musically, and spreading it around the world, right? Blackface minstrelsy is like the most popular form of entertainment in our country for generations, right? And so I'll try and do this song because I'm feeling pretty good. I haven't played it out a lot, but this is Gus Cannon's version of an old minstrel style song, and you can even see that by the time he's recorded it, which I believe is in the late 20s, early 30s. He's already changed some of the lyrics to not be so grotesque, if you will, racially grotesque. So here we go. My money never runs out. There's a certain yellow joker living round this town, just lazy as lazy can be. Round the laundry shop, he hangs around. I love my hop, says he. Early one morning, joker went to bed to roam the world, he said. He said, I'm going back to bed cause I'm out of my head, but I don't care if I never wake up. Come round here with my big smoke and gonna run 'em right up a tree. Nothing like living like a money king. Drink from a silver cup. The cheap boys can pass, man, you're out of my class. I don't care if you never wake up. leave till my soul touch the sky. Furnished teeth in the diamond dust, man, I don't care if the banks go bust, cause the money don't never run out. Rich food is making me stout. Every good evening, quail on toast I shout. Well, I'm a living good all the time. I don't drink, hear me, no cheap wine, and I'm always flush, cause the money never runs out. Something like that. Put a little hubby on that one. Oh, my money never runs out. How I wish it were true. How I wish it was true. Take a little sip of the seltzer here. Now let's move it on over. We'll put a little Jesus into this if you don't mind. Spirituals and gospel music are very important components of not only African American culture, but the creation of American music. From blues and spirituals, you get rock and roll, and you get jazz and funk and soul and country and bluegrass and hip hop, whatever you like, it comes from there. And these early spiritual songs, I guess we could say all these spiritual songs, I like to think of them as freedom songs. It's these songs that fight against oppression, right? You can't sing a song that says, I hate the master, I hate slavery, I'd send me back to Africa, but you can sing a song about Moses crossing the Red Sea and that kind of stuff, if that makes sense. And to also think about the idea that in the early days of slavery, so-called slave owners didn't want the people they were enslaving to be Christian, right? It creates all these issues that come up, right? If someone can be Christian and baptized and get into the same heaven as me, then me dehumanizing them becomes a little bit complicated. And so there's a man named, his name is escaping me now, Lejeune, who was an Anglican missionary who went around amongst the slaves, and he would baptize them, making sure that they did a vow, like a pledge, saying this is not for freedom, this is not for freedom from my master here on this world. It's just because I love Jesus so much. And for many reasons that historically become relevant later, they did it. And embraced it and put their own culture into it. But I digress. Let's sing a song now about a man being reluctantly called to preach. This is in the style of Henry Thomas, the great Texan pipe player, pan flute player, and guitar player. This is Jonah in the Wilderness. Hey, Jonah, hallelujah. Hey, Jonah, preaching in that wilderness, preaching in that wilderness, preaching in that wilderness. Go yonder to the bottom of the ship, seeking you find a sturdy, good-hearted Christian. Oh, yonder to the power of God, seeking you find the sturdy, good-hearted Christian. Show the commandments, so say the Lord, could not find the sturdy, good-hearted Christian. Oh, yonder to the hills I saw, seeking you find the sturdy, good-hearted Christian. Show the commandments, so say the Lord, could not find the sturdy, good-hearted Christian. Hey, Jonah, hallelujah. Hey, Jonah, preaching in that wilderness, preaching in that wilderness, preaching in that wilderness. God told Noah, said to go and preach. Noah declared that he would not go. Hid himself in the bottom of the ship, searched that ship from bottom to top. At last, brother Noah sent overboard. Comes the bird that dropped the seed. From the seed there sprung the root. From the root there sprung the vine. From the vine there sprung the shade. Under that shade brother Jonah laid. I walked right up to old Mary's room to try the shoes that brother Jonah had on. When you get to heaven, I will sit and tell I've escaped old death and hell. Said, hey, hey, Jonah, hallelujah, hey, Jonah, preaching in that wilderness, preaching in that wilderness, preaching in that wilderness. Ship she rocked from shore to shore, ship she rocked from door to door. God declared that he's going wrong, you gonna leave that living land, hey, Jonah, hallelujah, hey, Jonah, preaching in that wilderness, preaching in that wilderness, preaching in that wilderness. Jonah in the wilderness. How about a love song? Love, it's only a game. When you lose in life, there's no one but yourself to blame. Maybe you're lonely and blue, someone's calling for you. Gee, love's funny that way, but I'm in love again. Can't you see that it's still you again? Oh, my love will never end. I'll never make you blue, long as I have you in my heart and in my soul. I'm in love again. Can't you realize that it's still you again? Maybe I like that old-fashioned friend. Love you from the start and until the end. Please don't ever make me sigh. Honest, I will never make you cry. Why should I take your heart and your soul and your love for the pleasure and cast it away? When I need you night and day, I'm in love again. Can't you see that it's still you again? Oh, my love will always be true, long as I'm in love with you. Please don't ever make me sigh. Honest, I will never make you cry. Why should I take your heart, your soul, your love for the pleasure, cast it away? When I need you every day, I'm in love again. Can't you see that it's still you again? Ah, my love will always be true, long as I'm in love with you. That's in my heart and in my soul. That's right, in love again, in my heart and in my soul. Now I'm going to put on my slide and play another song for you, entitled When the Train Comes Along. It comes from the playing of Mississippi Fred McDowell. And it's a song that doesn't explicitly mention Jesus or anything from the Bible, but it carries along a very old spiritual tradition of longing to be with people that you can't be with, longing to be with family, separated from family. In the time that Mississippi Fred McDowell recorded this song, something known as the Great Diaspora, the Great Migration, the African American diaspora, was happening. Starting around the end of World War I into 1970, millions of black people left the South, escaping sharecropping, Jim Crow, violence, etc., etc. One of their main ways of doing this was along the train lines that carried them to industrial centers in the Northeast, in the Midwest, and California, of course. And so even in the slave song anthology of 1867, I forget the name of the three authors who, musicologists put that together, but there are songs also about, when I cross the river, when we can be together again, like I can't wait to meet you. When I meet you again, we're going to be never part again. And so this song carries that tradition and resonates in the separation that happens through the oppression of chattel slavery and also through Jim Crow and that sort of oppression that happens later on. Don't fight it. We're going to feel it right now. When the train comes along. If you see my mother and she asks for me low, gonna meet her at the station when the train come along. When the train come along low, when the train come along. When the train come along low, gonna meet her at the station when the train come along. Play a song. If you see my brother and he asks for me, gonna meet him at the station when the train come along. When the train come along, Lord, when the train come along. When the train come along, Lord, gonna meet him at the station when the train come along. If you see my father and he asks for me low, gonna meet him at the station when the train come along. When the train come along, when the train come along, when the train come along, gonna meet him at the, when the train come along. Tell me about it. If you see my sister and she asks for me low, gonna meet her at the station when the train come along. When the train come along, Lord, when the train come along. When the train come along, Lord, gonna meet her at the station when. One more time. When the train comes along. I want to see you at the station when the train comes along. So I'm going to do two more for you now. I'm going to keep this gospel train a-moving and do one more gospel song for you in the style of the Gullah Geechee people, who their culture comes from the Georgia Sea Islands, and for a lot of reasons, historical and otherwise, their culture was preserved for a very long time. And they sing in a style called ring shouting, which is their church style of singing. And it involves clapping in polyrhythms and, someone known as a stick man who will pound usually a broomstick handle on the ground to keep a rhythm going, and people dance in a counterclockwise motion and or in a clockwise motion. Oh, now I'm forgetting at my age, but they dance around in a circle, and so I'm going to imitate some of their clapping with these bones, the world's oldest instrument. And see what we can do here. Some people believe that this is what a lot of early slave churches might have sounded like. We have the call and response, and this is integral to this type of singing. And my current favorite song to sing is Adam and Eve in the Garden, but let's see. Maybe I'll do a different one. Let's do let's do Buzzard Lope. So if you're at home, or you are at home, if you at home would like to sing along, I'm going to sing a line and then you can sing a line. And your line is going to be the response. Obviously, it's going to be, I'll say something like, throw me anywhere, Lord. You'll say, in that old field. I'll say, throw me anywhere, Lord, in that old field. Don't care where you throw me, in that old field. Since King Jesus know me, in that old field. Got it? Good. Throw me anywhere, Lord, in that old field. 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 Don't care where you throw me, in that old field. Since King Jesus know me, in that old field. Don't care how you do me, in that old field. Since King Jesus sees me, in that old field. Throw me anywhere, Lord, in that old field. Throw me anywhere, Lord, in that old field. Throw me anywhere, Lord. Throw me anywhere, Lord, in that old field. Don't care how you do me, in that old field. Since King Jesus choose me, in that old field. You may beat or bang me, in that old field. Since King Jesus saved me, in that old field. Throw me anywhere, Lord, in that old field. Throw me anywhere, Lord, in that old field. Throw me in that old field. Throw me anywhere, Lord, in that old field. Don't care how you do me, in that old field. Since King Jesus choose me, in that old field. Don't care what you say now, in that old field. 'Cause King Jesus King now, in that old field. Throw me anywhere, Lord, in that old field. Throw me anywhere, Lord, in that old field. Great job. Nice. So anyway, we'll wrap it up with this song. Again, I'm Hubby Jenkins. You can find me all over the internet. I'm highly Googleable. Thanks again for having me part of the virtual Courtyard Concert series. You know, being a musician, you know, I usually get to travel around and step into different communities, be a part of different communities, and share in their joy and their knowledge and their warmth, even if it's just for one night. And I'm missing on that. And I think all of us are. All our venues, everyone is missing that. So, you know, this is a good way to kind of bridge that gap. And I hope that we were able to do that today. And I hope you enjoyed it. So, uno más. What should it be? You know, I'll do an old one. I was gonna play a different song, but I'll do one that I have been thinking about again during this quarantine, where my practice has gotten. I've been practicing a lot better than I have in a long time, and this is a song that I used to really like to play a lot, and it came to me again. And it's a song called Texas Traveler that I first heard on an album called Altamont, which was an album put together by a man named John Work III, who was an ethnomusicologist at Fisk University. And oh, there you go. And it's a collection of black string band music, non-religious, which was his goal. And he put together a fiddle and banjo duo, Nathan Frazier and Frank Patterson. And I first heard it on my way to the Black Banjo Gathering oh so many years ago. So, and it changed my life. Just it was kind of the first black banjo playing old time banjo playing I'd really heard. I'm gonna play it in hubby style, but here we go. Texas Traveler. As soon as my banjo gets its life together. Sound good to you? Yeah. before the sun gone. Where you going, Texas travel? Where you going, Texas travel? Where you going, Texas travel? I'm going back to Louisiana. Down the road, what do I see? Down the road, what do I see? Police and sheriff coming after me. Where you going, Texas? Where you going, Texas traveler? Where you going, Texas traveler? I'm going back to see Miss Sandra. Tell the sheriff I killed my man. Where you going, Texas traveler? Where you going, Texas traveler? Where you going, Texas traveler? I'm going back to Louisiana. All right, thank you very much. Be well. Thank you.
Thanks, hubby. That was great. I also want to say a huge thank you to David Toon. 17 years ago, he founded this concert series. Thanks, David. And thank you to Elaine Wood, our concert coordinator year after year. Thanks, Elaine. And to our incredible production team, and to the public library staff, and to the foundation staff, big thank yous. If you loved this show today as much as I did, like this video and subscribe to our channel. And be sure and tune in next Tuesday, 11:45, for the amazing Patrick Daly. You are not going to want to miss this one. So I'll see you next week. Thanks. Bye.